Yes. All right. Well, good morning and welcome, summer practice, and thank you so much for being here. I thought that we would revisit our intentions or words or things that we set for ourselves at the winter solstice. So it were like, just past summer, we're a month past summer solstice, but that's okay. It's just a nice time to kind of go back in and just see, does that word still resonate or your phrase? And if it doesn't, you just pick another one. Maybe you need something else. A lot has changed for sure. So it's just a nice chance to just kind of drop in and revisit. So let's do that. So take your comfortable seat and we'll start with the palms up as we've been doing. And I'm going to take Gaian Mudra, just making this little circle with your thumb and your forefinger. You can even move your hands back on your thighs so the shoulders drop. And just take a moment here, feel your tailbone, your sit bones drop into your support. And then anchoring down, lift your heart. And as you exhale, soften your shoulders, release your jaw, close your eyes. And just sitting in your stillness as you are. Just tuning in to the senses. So the eyes are heavy as you start to bring your inner gaze inside. The ears might take a moment or two to just listen to the sounds you hear. And then to consciously bring that hearing inside. So you start to listen to your breath. And then before we bring the hands together at the heart, just invite in your word or your phrase in whatever way makes sense. So my word was savor. So I will just bring in the phrase, I am savoring. You make it work for you. So as you are, take a big breath in. And as you release the breath, bring the palms together in front of the heart, bow your chin in reverence to what you are offering yourself, and just repeating your phrase a few times here. And if you want to expand that phrase into just other words, I am savoring this moment, I'm savoring this summer, I'm savoring this time. Whatever works for you, just expanding it, feeling into, is this still resonating? Is there still work to be done with this intention? And then now, not overthinking it too much, but just allowing that phrase to shift if it needs to, or to remain steady as it is. And let's take a few more moments here just for you to set your intention. And then we loosely seal that intention and open our practice and chant Om 3 times. Inhale. Maybe just one last time. Repeat your praise to yourself. Releasing your hands to your thighs. And when you're ready, lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, guys. All right, we're going to start on your backs, and we're going to start with the spinal roll. So, you know, I'm assuming we're all getting out and enjoying the outdoors and this nice weather. I do this because this can be smoky as it is. Oh, no, that's clear. Okay, so these are great little things. This spinal roll over the spine. When you, like, sometimes you feel like, oh, I just need to release something, but I'm not sure what to do. If you just do this for a little bit, sometimes, you know, that's all you need. So I'm just going to put it right behind my back. Yes, and you lie back, and then I reach over, grab the little tail, and just tuck it under for the head. And then take a moment or two, just, you know, you might even plant your elbows and lift your hips, wag your tail a little bit, come back down just to loosen if you need to loosen. And once you're settled here, we'll open the arms out to the sides, if that's okay for your shoulders, so they're kind of hanging. Your feet can go wider for balance, and you can drop the knees together. But where you put your legs is really up to you. And then just coming back into what we have cultivated just in our opening, where you bring in your inner gaze and your inner listening to the flow of your inner breath. And we'll just rest here for about another 5 or so breaths. And just using every exhale to melt yourself a little bit more deeply over the blanket roll. Just letting everything settle in. Starting to feel your breath deepening in some way. Okay, and we'll stay as you are. If it feels okay to just turn your head to the right, and just take a little stretch through the left side. Then we can stay exactly like this with the eyes closed. And just releasing that left side of your neck. Left shoulder a little heavier. And, okay, notice if one hip is starting to maybe clench a little bit. Just to help with balance, just notice for yourself, is there any place that's clenching? Okay, so stay here. Take a nice big breath in. Sigh it out through your mouth. Let everything drop. And then we'll bring the head back up to center for full breath in and out. Just feeling the subtlety of what you are releasing or dropping into. And then we'll turn the head to the left. Same thing, just hang out here, release the right side of your neck, right side of your shoulder. Again, noticing if you're clenching, any place you can release. Just moving into your last big breath, inhale. Sigh it out, exhale. And then we'll bring the head back to center. And again, just notice maybe you feel a little heavier. And then we'll stay as we are, just to lift the arms up to the sky. We're just going to shoulder floss. So with the arms up, fingers spread, just reach your arms up so the shoulders lift. You feel the solar plexus tuck in. And then as you exhale, just draw those shoulders down. And we'll just do that a few times in this plane, straight up to the ceiling. So you can even feel, your solar plexus or the parts of you pressing into the blanket change as the arms lift and as they drop. Good. Okay, so now I'm going to change this a little bit and take these arms, 30 degrees overhead. So they're not over the head, they're maybe like right over your forehead. And then floss again. Okay, notice too if like one shoulder is doing more work than the other. And see if you can take the weaker shoulder. Oh, I see my arms are moving up. And make that one lead the action. Okay, so I'm just going to do maybe 2 more. And then we'll go the opposite way. So we'll go through, right up to the ceiling and just down, reaching towards your knees. But, still away from them. And then just floss again. Maybe this is more of like a shoulder shrug and a release. Good. Okay, let's do one more here. And now just take the arms, just extend them, like in the same plane. Don't change where you have them. Just reach as if there's something like so amazing there. Feel the solar plexus, your abdominals, upper abdominals kind of engage. And then release and take the arms now through center and to that place we had them 30 degrees over and stretch them away. Open your hands, draw your solar plexus down. Good. Take one more breath. And then we'll just release the arms back out to the sides. Just let them rest. Shoulders rest, heart rest, belly rest, everything rest. Good. Okay, we're going to add Windshield Wiper. So you might turn your palms down or you keep them as they are. Adjust what you need. And then very slowly, because we're on this blanket, we'll start to rock the knees side to side. Your feet are a comfortable distance apart. And breathe and luxuriate and, the simplicity of these actions, not complicated, but very potent. Good. All right, let's just do one more on each side. Oh, just got some nice back cracks. And then we'll take the feet back up. You can have the knees together or separate. I'm going to take the arms back up to the ceiling, just like we did, very beginning. Open your hands, stretch your fingers. And as you inhale, stay here. And as you exhale, start to take these arms over your head. And we're just going to go up and down. So as you inhale, they come up to the ceiling, and as you exhale, they drop down by the sides of your hips, and just go up and down. You could, I did slow it down with the breath, but it could be inhale and exhaling, whatever works. Just keep the fingers spread and the palms open, stretching. You can tuck your chin a little bit, maybe draw the solar plexus down. And yes, so good. Okay, I'm going to speed it up. I'm going to add my powerful breath. So you just force the exhale. So you do whatever works. I'm going to do 3, 2, 1, and then take the arms back out. Just rest. Feel all of that goodness. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do, friends, is to lift the hips and just do the hip hammock swing. So I'm going to stay on the blanket. Just bring your arms maybe down by your sides, palms down. It could even be out a little bit just for support. Anchor your upper arms down if you can. Like we're on this blanket roll. It might not work for you, but if you can. And then we'll bring your feet in a little bit just for balance and stability. And then on your inhale, we'll lift the hips up, and they can go as high as you like. The higher they go, the more pressure we get in between the shoulder blades. But they don't have to go that high. And then feel yourself softening your glutes. And you come to this place where you do this like beautiful little hula. And just rocking one hip over to one side and then the other. And get your feet involved. So as the hips move to one side, that foot pushes down into the earth a little bit. And we're also getting a little pressure into the spine with the blanket roll. Good. Okay. One more on each side. And then we'll lower down. We're just going to pause here for 3 breaths. I'm going to take my arms over my head, backs of the hands to the floor. If that's too much for you, you do what works. Okay, do what you like with your feet and your legs. Just take 2 more breaths. Good. Okay. Oh, it's going to feel so good because we're going to come off the blanket roll. I'm just going to roll up. But if you need to roll to the side, do that. Okay, let's take the blanket roll out, but keep it, yeah, beauty. And then just come on back down. Oh, take a moment. You know, that is energizing for your back body. If you're playing a lot of pickleball or a lot of hiking or biking, you know, that the back line of the body takes a lot. You know, it's always kind of in flexion. So take a moment and then bring your knees into your chest. Let's hug them in. You're just going to hold them here. If you want to rock in and out, go ahead. Otherwise, just drop them in. I'm just going to hold them in, flex the feet. It's melting into the floor through the back body, back of your head, and softening your glutes a little bit if you can. Good. Let's take one more breath. Okie dokie. All right, so I'm going to come up again. You can roll to the side or rock and roll a little bit if you like that. Well, you can take the legs over your head. You can do maybe 5 or 100 if you like. Good. All right, once you're up, we'll take that blanket roll. I'm just going to re-roll mine a little bit tighter. And now we're going to go the long way so that we do this way. Okay, and you know, if you're a little tighter and you need a blanket for your head, you're going to put it there. And if you know, the blanket roll can always be less. Last time we did this with 2 blankets rolled together, and whew, that is nice. Okay, so we'll take the top of the shoulders. I grab my head, legs are bent. I'm just going to lift my hips, roll myself over the blanket so that the shoulder blades, the skin gets a little pull. And then we'll take the arms out. Okay, if it's too much, make it less. But if you can get your arms over top of the blanket roll, and that's okay. If it's no good, you know, put your elbows on the blanket roll. Otherwise, just be here. We're going to come back to Windshield Wiper in a moment. Just drop in. You know, support for your head might be a good thing. Okay, whenever you're ready, friends, feel your feet and just start with the Windshield Wiper. And here it's a greater twist. Just massaging this upper back area. Might even be moving a little bit to more of the sides. Into the underarms, depending on how you have your arms. Okay. Now let's just do 2 more. Good. And then we're just going to take 3 breaths of rest, just as you are. Once your feet come back, you might adjust your hips, you might do a little hippie shake, and then come back. Good. Okay, just really melt yourself into this blanket as much as you can. Feel the shoulders dropping as much as you can. Okay, last few moments. I'm going to take my arms over my head again, and that's going to really open up the sides of the rib cage here. So if that works for you, great. If you have your arms over your head, let's do this. Let's take that. I'm just going to bring my hands up so you can see. I'm going to bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, extend the index fingers so they're just touching. Like, where's the church? Here's the steeple? And then just reach that over your head. But if that's too much, you know, so I reach so much, my upper arms are just pressing against my ears. And I can really hear my inner breath. I'm going to draw the solar plexus down. If it's too much, you know, do less. Take 2 more breaths. Okay, and then we'll release. So I'm just going to reach my arms up to the sky and then separate the hands, lift the chin to the chest and roll up. or roll to the side and come up. Either are all good. And then we'll take this blanket roll. I'm just gonna open it a little bit and put it down for the head and just lie down again. Oh, so you can feel what you've done. That's yoga therapy. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna bring the knees into the chest again. You wanna rock or roll, make, feel into your back. What does it need? Otherwise, change the interlace of your fingers if you're interlacing. Drop your shoulders if you can. Drop your weight into the floor. Feel your breath. Okay, one more breath. Okay, from here we're going to go to lying down twist. So open the arms out to the side. Release the knees over to the right side. If you need a blanket or block to put underneath them, put it there. And drop in. You can turn your head to the left. Do that. Nice full breathing. Let's take 2 more breaths. Just warming up our insides. And then bring your knees up and drop them over to the left side. Settle in, so adjust what you need. And if the head can turn to the right comfortably, do that. And breathe. Good. And bring the knees back up. Good. Hug them in for a moment. Okay, I'm going to come back to rock and roll. So whatever works for you, we're going to come back up to sitting. You can just enjoy a little bit of playfulness. Good. All right. And we'll come up to sitting. Let's grab your strap. Okay. Good. And then I'll keep that blanket there for my head. If you need another blanket down by the sides, because we're going to do a little bit of this. So if you like to have your bolster, you know what? Let's do this, guys. Let's take one walk. Just put it over to the right side. We'll start with the right leg. And then I'm going to have my left leg extended, yogi's choice. And because I have this wall here, I'm going to use the wall. And I just snuggle in so I can get the whole left foot to the wall. If you're not at a wall, don't worry about it. What's nice about pushing into the wall is it's almost like it becomes your standing leg and it's fully engaged. It's all good though. Okay, then once you're here, let's not use the strap to start. Let's just drop your strap off to the side. Take your hands behind your thigh, and you can even bend your knee here. We're just going to massage this leg. And you're just going to work your hands up and down the backs of your leg. You could just paint lines, or you could do some squeezing. You get the sides of the leg, back of the leg. And then I'm just going to do a little pounding on the front of the thigh, the side. Just make little cups. That's a nice good morning leg. Good. Okay, and then after you've done that a little bit, massaged and rubbed, then I'm just going to bring the hands behind the thigh. Again, if your knee's bent, it's fine. I'm just going to roll this ankle in some nice, beautiful way. And just watch your foot articulate, like if it's always an interesting thing just to see if your toes are involved. If you're clenching in your jaw, notice that. Good. And then reverse this. And circle in the opposite way. Nice. And then we'll just point and flex a few times. Nice strong ankles. Okay, groovy. Now I'm just going to flex the foot. My hands are still behind the center of the thigh. I'm going to start to straighten the leg. Your leg doesn't have to go straight. Think more about pressing the thigh into the hands. And then if the leg goes straight, great. But let's make that the focus, pressing the thigh back so you feel your shoulders drawing down a little bit. If your left foot is against the wall, just press it in. I'm going to flex my right foot a little bit. Soften the jaw. Okay, you're doing whatever works here so you feel a stretch of some sort. Good. Okay. And then I'll bring this right knee into your chest. You can bring your hands on top of the shin or the knee for a moment. If the left leg is in or left foot's at the wall, push it. If it's not at the wall, just press through your heel. Good. And we're just going to switch legs here. So let's change the interlace of your fingers. Bring the left thigh in. Let's start with the knee in, even though we didn't start this way, but let's do that here. Softening. And relaxing your hip crease a little bit if you can. Good. Okay, we're going to go to leg massage. So I'll lift the leg up. Again, it doesn't need to go straight. Just take your hands behind your thigh and start to mush or paint lines, whatever works for you. Just hello, leg. Just mushing and feeling, massaging and loving, great gratitude and appreciation. And good. And I'm just going to make these little cups and give everything a little. I think the Russian word for this is called schmeiss. A little hit. There we go. Okay. Good. And then I'll take my hands and just interlace them, opposite interlace behind the belly of the thigh. I'm going to press the thigh away. Find what you can, and then we'll start to just roll this left ankle. Breathing, moving, watching, receiving. Good. And change direction. Good. All right, and we'll just point and flex a few times. Okay, I'm going to bring the foot into its flexion and take my hands right to the belly of the thigh, center of your thigh, push the thigh into the hands, and maybe the leg goes straight. Oh, this looks so nice. Okay. Breathe here, it's pressing that thigh into the hands, soften your shoulders a little bit, your jaw. One more breath. Okay, and then we'll switch legs again, but this time you'll bring your strap in. And we'll put the center of the strap over the center of the foot. We'll start with a little shoe shine, so your leg can stay bent or it can go straight, whatever you like. Just shine the sole of your foot. Good. And then we'll work this strap up to the balls of the feet. So one hand, strap in each hand. And just straighten the leg. If it goes, if your leg goes down here, that's good. That's good work. And just work it. I'm just putting a little bit of pull more up through the right hand than the left, so that baby toe edge isn't going to lift up, which is what happens. Most of us have that. I think that's what happens in the womb. Soles of the feet are together, and feet can very easily do that. So just strengthen a little bit here. Nice, beautiful breathing. Good. Okay, so we just have the strap kind of loose, meaning that I'm going to start to let the leg drop down and the hands slide through the strap. And I'll open the arms out to the side to bring the leg overhead. Maybe if that's where it goes, just going to lift and lower. Just moving with your breath and let the hands assist. But really, if I took the strap off, the leg would be doing the exact same thing. It's just support. So your leg is doing this work. Great. Okay. Engage your solar plexus just slightly, just for stabilizing. And if your left foot is against the wall, use that. And just press your heel out. Good. Okay, last one. Good. And then we'll just bring the leg up, and we're just going to we're going to dance it side to side. So let's see. I'm going to keep the strap separate in 2 hands, and I'm just going to let the foot slide through. So I'll open the strap a little wider and maybe I'll just move the right foot over towards the right hand. And then we'll just pick the foot up, just slide the strap over, move it over to the left. So I'm not going all the way, it's just a little side to side. But if it makes more sense to just keep the strap stable and just wave your legs side to side, you're doing it. So whatever one, you're sliding my foot over the strap, but you're just finding your own little dance here. Good. Okay, so let's just do a few more. Breathing as you are. Good. Now I'm going to let the leg come over to the right. And as it comes, maybe I'll take both ends of the strap into the right hand. Okay. Oh, I was going to add the strap. The block. Okay, let's do this, guys. Maybe the left hand holds the strap for a moment as you get your block. And that block is going to come, it might go baby height. You might put it second height, but it's going to go right up to your tush and the hip. And so that it's right there. Like it's right beside my hip. You could play with that a little bit, take it out. You'll find a place where you feel the leg is supported as you take it out to the right. So, whatever works for you. If the block is a hindrance, you take it out. Now I'm going to put the strap back in the right hand, open the left arm out. I'm going to press through the heels. And now I feel like this right inner thigh is just going to aim, it's like I'm rolling that inner thigh towards the back of the thigh. If that doesn't make sense, don't worry about it. Okay, so I'm engaged through both legs, soften the jaw, the shoulders. Hopefully you're just feeling an inner thigh stretch. You might be feeling it somewhere else. It's fine as long as you're good. I'm good. Nice. Okay, let's take one more breath. Good. And then we'll bring the leg up. Okay, I'm going to take it all the way over. You might take your block with you and just move it over to the left side. This time I'll put the block on its second highest height. I'm just turning. And then take it over so that it supports the leg as well. So even though maybe you can't see, but I do have the block. It's kind of in the center of my lower leg. We're all going to be different. And then you can turn your head to the left if that works. This left hip that's pointing up to the sky, you're just going to see if you can release it down. Your right leg has to turn to make this all work. And we breathe, use some power in your legs, but no power from the waist up. Everything is just receiving. Okay, I'm going to take 2 more breaths. If you've had enough, that's fine. Groovy. All right, and then we'll take the leg back up. I'm going to come back to the first part of the pose where I separate the hands into the strap and just, the leg up wherever your leg goes. If you can actually maybe draw down. So I have the strap is at the balls of the feet. I'm just going to pull down a little bit, push the heel up a little more, get more into this calf here a little bit, or anywhere else you're feeling it. One more breath. And then we'll release the right leg all the way out. And here's where if you're at the wall, you're going to notice one leg is longer than the other. But you can feel that even if you're not at the wall. You can just be here for a few moments. Powerful, potent stuff. Because it's not just the leg, right? It's everywhere, all the way up that we feel this release. Okay, and then when you're ready, friends, we're going to start with the left leg. And we did start with the shoe shine. So just put the strap over, and however your leg wants to go, bent or straight, to start to shine the sole of this left foot. if you smile while you do this, you shine brighter. Good. All right, and then we'll work our way up to the balls of the feet. Start to stretch your leg a little straighter or all the way straight. I'm just snuggling in a little bit to get the right foot right against the wall. Okay, and then we'll just be here for a few moments. Let the leg get used to this. You might be like, I don't like this. And you're like, leg, you're okay. You can engage a little bit. You can press the right heel away from you. Okay, so remember how we just opened. We're going to start by just rocking this leg forward and or down and up. So the strap can move through your hands as you do this. You could just widen your arms out to the side to bring the leg back up. Okay, I've got my solar plexus engaged a little bit. It's dropping down or lifting your low belly up, if that makes sense. And the leg is doing the work. I'm just pretending the arms are helping, but they're really not. Good. That's it. So let's do 2 more. And then we'll settle into the upright. Okay, and we're going to prepare. So now we're better suited. So you have your block on your left side already. You can snuggle that up into your hip, just so you know it's there. And then we'll open the arms out, and we're going to start to sway this leg out to the left and over to the right. So again, I'm just sliding my foot over the strap. It moves from side to side. You do what you need to do. If that doesn't work or anything, make it joyful. Which what I mean is like, don't get stressed out over the little minutia. If the minutia is like, I don't really get that, then we don't worry about it. Okay, so I'm going to let the leg drop over to the left. And I'll just put the straps into the right hand for a moment as I adjust the block to a comfortable place. And then the left hand will hold both ends of the strap. The right arm will come out. And I am extending through the legs. I'm going to take that left inner thigh and just roll it as if it's going to wrap around the back of the thigh. Good. And then breathing and smiling and receiving, feeling. And just before we leave this, you're going to bring back your mantra that you set for yourself at the very beginning. So, mine is, I'm savoring this, whatever it is for you. Okay. 1 more breath. And then we'll bring the leg up. I'm going to put both ends of the strap into the right hand as I grab that block and just bring it over to the right side. Hopefully it's in a good place. If not, I'll adjust. And then release the left leg over to the other side. Make any adjustments you need. Turn your right leg so the baby toe edge is down. And then this right hip, I'm just going to press it away. I'm pressing through the heels of both feet, drawing the solar plexus in a little bit. Solar plexus is, if I'm saying this and you're like, where's my solar plexus? I know everyone in class here knows where it is, but just right where your ribs join, right in between there, just where the diaphragm lives. Your sun center, your solar center, your fire center. And 1 more breath. Good. And then we'll bring this leg back up. And as it comes up, just separate the strap. We'll be in this first part of the pose again. Just find your integrity here. So the legs are not going to sleep. Shoulders are not engaged too much. The face is not engaged at all. But the breath is very present. Good. 1 more breath. And then we'll release this. You can take the strap off and set it aside. Extend both legs and just be in your stillness here for a few breaths. Just feel what you've done. And, we started just feeling the back body start to release and open, create space. So maybe you feel that into the backs of your legs. All right, one more breath. I'm going to bring the knees in and just hug them in as we've been doing. Just for a few moments. So let's interlace the fingers, but if you can go deeper, you can grab opposite elbows and hug them in. And as I hug my knees in, I'm anchoring the tailbone back down. Let's see if I can get some space into the hip crease a little bit here. And one more breath. Unless you need more, and from here we'll come back to rock and roll, or you'll just roll to your side and come up to sitting if that's a better choice. Okay, I'm just going to do maybe 2 more. And then we'll come up. All right, once you're up, just take a moment because maybe you feel a little dizzy. So we're just let everything come back really nice and feel, how I feel very open. Hopefully you do too already. Okay, I'm going to take this blanket and bring it down. This is just going to be for knee support. So if you don't need it, that's fine. And then we'll take the 2 blocks to the front of your mat. Okay, so we are going to do a few little, we're going to do some bent knee lunges and some standing poses. We are going to come to half moon pose. That's where we stand on one leg and have the other leg out. And because I'm close to the wall, I'm going to put my raised leg against the wall just for support. So I just tell you that you don't have to move to the wall, but if you have, space and you're there already, then you're going to use your wall. Otherwise, there you are. Once you have your blocks in place, your blanket, whatever else you need, then let's just start with a child's pose. Okay, so we've already hugged our knees in a few times. I'm going to put my blocks on their lowest height and use them to support the hands in this child's pose. You can't see. So, and then your knees can be open wide. Your forehead can rest on the floor. If it doesn't rest, you can pull a block in. And then once you're settled, see if you can claw your hands a little bit more forward and just really get a little bit more length into the sides of your waist, just by extending the arms forward a little bit more. And a nice, beautiful breathing into anything you're opening. Good. Take one more breath. Okay, so I'm going to come up to hands and knees. I'm going to do that through cat pose. So that's where you tuck your chin, you roll up so the center of your back is up to the sky. And then once you get to your all fours, tuck your little toes under, adjust your knees if you need to. I still have my hands on my blocks. I'm just going to melt the belly down, lift the chin. And then I push my hands into the blocks, look up. Then exhale, reverse. So just go through cat-cow. Pardon me. A couple times. When we did this on Friday, you could really feel your tailbone moving. Maybe focus on your tailbone. It's lifting up and dropping down. This is one of those things, guys, cat-cow. If we can do this until we're 110, that will be amazing. All right, and then last one. Good, okay, I'm gonna keep the toes tucked under. I'm gonna send the hips back, so you make this kind to yourself. If it's too much, you can drop down your forehead again and just allow that to open the soles of the feet. And wherever you are here in this pose, see if you can soften the soles of your feet. That's a weird concept. But it's almost like you're just releasing the tension in your feet. Just put your mind there. Even if nothing's happening, just say, okay, feet open. Okay, one more breath. Okay, and then we'll come up. Through cat pose. Oh, there's like 10 dogs walking through my house. And I'm going to put the tops of the feet down. And I'm going to sit on the feet. And I know it's not happy for everybody either. So maybe keep your hands down or you come up and we'll just open the tops of the feet for a moment. It's like a dog walker with 10 dogs all attached. So I love it. Okay, good. I'm going to turn my blocks on their highest height. And then we'll come up. I tuck the left toes under. The right foot's coming between the hands. I'm going to shift myself back. Okay. And then from here, you find your place. If you want to take that left knee back a little more, that's up to you. You keep the back toes tucked under. Now I'm coming up. I'm going to drop the arms. You can see I take myself back. I'm going to reach up. Okay, if this works, groovy. If it is no good, keep your hands on the blocks. Take a breath. One more. Good. Okay, inhale. Now as you exhale, start to shift forward into your knee. Be kind. And then as you inhale, we're going to take it back. Now I might grab my blocks and shift back. Okay, and we're just going to go between these two poses. So it's like you inhale up, if that works. You see, I'm not going super fast. Come forward and then shift back. Yes. So it's not super fast. Sloga. I come all the way up right here, and then I take the hips forward, find the blocks, and straighten. Yes. Okay, let's do that one more time. So I'm pressing back, and we'll come forward. This time, when we take the hips back and straighten the front leg, I might even wiggle my front foot forward a little bit. You see what works. Really get that, this is cow pose, you want to find more cat. As best as you can. This can be intense. And then you notice your right foot, the toes up to the sky. If they're turning out to the right, that's indicative of a little weaker in the inner thigh. One more breath. Okay, now we're going to come forward again into this bent knee lunge. My hands are on the blocks. Doo-doo. Here we are. Okay, squeeze your thighs together. Yeah, take your belly in, and then maybe you come up, but if it's too much for your balance, you just stay on your blocks. Just gonna breathe. Feel my feet. Take the solar plexus in. One more breath. Good. And I'll take the hands back to the blocks. Nice and slow. I'm gonna change legs. We're gonna go bend the other side, so you can change however you like. But if you're here, you're like, oh, what happens if I jump switch? And then we'll take that right knee down. So whatever you do to get here, you're here. Okay, and then we're here. Take a few moments, set yourself up. Okay, and we're going to start by the upright. Take the hips back. Start here. So I feel this. Okay, is my stance good? My balance, solar plexus in, arms up. Just breathe here. Yeah, we're going to take 2 more breaths. Okay, and then we're going to do that little dance. So I inhale, I shift the hips forward, then lower the hands to the blocks, tush back. Straighten the leg, maybe the foot, sole of the foot comes forward. Come forward. Okay, I shift the hips back as I lift the arms. Come on, back, and then the hips shift back. Yeah, go at your own pace. I see we're all going at our own pace. That's the way to do it. Yes, you find your little dance. You make it your own. Whatever you need. Okay, I think this is the last one. Falling is good. You need to practice falling. Otherwise, you never know how to do it. Good. Okay, the next time you end up in this half splits, what it's called, then be here, make it your own, walk your blocks back if you're very tight, some of you might even walk your blocks forward. Just breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, one more breath. And then I'm going to come back to bent knee lunge. Okay, I set myself here, squeeze the thighs together, belly in. I'm going to lift the back leg. Then you just find your intention here. Maybe you stay with the hands on the blocks or we reach up. I'm really pushing that back heel back as much as I can. Breathe. Can't see my face, but I'm smiling. Good. One more breath. And then we'll release the hands down. Again, I'm going to lower the knee. Take both knees back. And I'm going to sit on my heels. That's no good for you. Anywhere you can just be to just breathe, be here. Good. Okay, and inhale. Let the breath go. Come back to bend knee with the right foot forward, just the way we started. And you adjust for yourself into a comfortable place. Okay, so this time, let's see, I'm not going to adjust the camera. I think we can do this together. Okay, so we're going to start with the lift. Your arms can stay low if you need to. Let's reach up. We're going to take the side bend. So the right hand comes onto the right thigh. We reach up through the left side. I press the left knee down the same way. I'm reaching. And then take it over. You take your gaze over to the right. Bring the right knee in. Breathe. One more. Good. And then release your hands to the blocks. Okay, we're going to take it back into this half splits. Yes. Okay, and take both blocks and walk them over to the left. Maybe just a little bit. They don't need to be all the way over. And then once they go to the left, I'm just going to extend them out and drop down. Okay, the right heel is pushing into the floor. If you need to do this with bent knees, you know, you're going to get there. To wherever there is. One more breath. Good. Okay, and now walk your blocks right over to your left side. Yeah, take this back leg and just doop, turn it. And then the right foot's down, and then here we are. Ta-da! Just like that. I'm going to put the right forearm here, left arm up. I'm just going to crescent over, press that left knee down. I'm using this right thigh or right forearm, push down. Good. Okay, now you have your block if you need it. We're going to put the left hand down, maybe on the block or on the floor, and reach the right arm up and over. Okay, now I'm just going to send even just a little bit. Maybe you can bend into the right knee a little more. Good. Okay. From here, I'll release the hands to the blocks, and I'm going to come up for a wide-legged. So I can turn the right foot in, doop, you know, just step your foot. Find your own little space here. You could have your hands on the floor. I'm just going to bend the knees and just rock side to side a little bit here. Okay, and then we're going to move to wide-legged downward facing dog. We haven't done one dog, guys. It's our first dog. So blocks or no blocks, yogi's choice. You anchor into your heels, walk your hands forward, and then drop down. If you need to keep your knees bent, send the tush back. That's going to really help the spine. Pigeon toe your feet in a little bit. And breathe. Okay, now you're going to stay exactly as you are. Just see if you can claw your arms or push your blocks forward, even a micromillimeter. Breathe. Good. Okay, walk your hands back. Maybe you find your blocks. Okay, we're going to go second side. I'm actually just going to turn to the back of my mat and then drop the right knee down. So you're in this bent knee space. Take your time. Adjust. You know, everything needs a little bit of adjusting. Good. Okay, and we're going to start by coming back up into this bent knee. So you take yourself back. Maybe you reach up. Feel your imbalance, your balance. And really anchor the right knee. Take the left hand to your left thigh. Reach up through the right arm. Crescent over. Let the left knee come in. Really open the side waist. Breathe. One more. Good. And then we'll put the hands back on the blocks and we're going to stretch back into this half split. Okay, and then you maybe make it longer, you know, or you make it less. Okay, breathe here. I'm just gonna ditch my blocks right now because that's just where I'm at. Okay, and then the next thing we do with the blocks or without, we're just gonna walk the hands over more to your right side. So you're just opening things a little bit. I'll just walk them out, see if I can drop in. Again, I'm not gonna let the left toes come in towards the right. And keep them pointing up. Good, okay, and then come in, bring your blocks back all the way over to the right. You're gonna put the left foot down, turn the right knee. Oh, I gotta keep the left foot has to point out. Yeah, okay. And then we're here, ta-da! Okay, once you're here, left forearm onto left thigh, right arm up, reach, and crescent over. So I'm using the left forearm, it's pushing down. As I do that, this is what happens to my ribs. Boop. And I can just doing it over and over. Okay, then I'm just gonna maybe even crescent a little bit more over to the left knee. And then we'll take it all the way over. Maybe you grab a block, right hand comes down onto the floor of your block. You reach the left arm up. Okay, again, I'm just pressing the left knee or bending into the left knee a little bit more. Okay, here, just notice if you're reaching down. See if we can maybe reach up. Good. Okay. Come on back. Oh my gosh, look at the time. See, I can do this forever. I said half moon. Okay, no half moon. Bring your knees together. Tops of the feet. Sit for a moment. Okay. Well, I know I'm going to go past the hour mark. So if you need to go, then I understand. Okay. I feel like I want to do half moon because we've done everything there. So I'm just going to throw that in. If you are ready to go to Shavasana, that's totally fine. He's like, wait, we're supposed to go to Shavasana now. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take the blocks down, step the right foot. The right foot's pointing straight. Then I take the right block. I'm just going to send it forward a little bit. We'll lift up. Now, I did say the wall. You know, if you want to mark it so you're at the wall, that's just a nice thing for stability. You know, I'm not going to fall. I might. You never know. And then I'm reaching my left arm up. So the left toes are pointing straight out. The right toes are pointing straight forward. And then I take the thighs back. One more breath. Okay, and then just for brevity, I'm just going to switch sides. So hands onto the blocks, step the left foot down. Okay, find your place. The left hand can come forward a little bit, and the right foot can just go up in the air, or maybe to your wall. Yeah. Okay, and then find your feet placement, your hand placement. You can reach the left arm up. Press through your feet. Breathe. This is great for back clearing, great back clearing pose. Also great for hormones. Things don't feel right. Okay, release. All right, set the blocks aside. I'm gonna come onto the back. I'm gonna put the blanket down for my head for Shavasana, and then lie down. If you need some windshield wiper, or you need a happy baby, or you want a block under your hips, gift yourself the time for what you need. Although as I lie here, I feel like I'm pretty good. Good. All right. So I'm going to take like some extra time. So if you need to do something else, do it. If you want a handstand, you are so prepped. I know like Lindsay practices handstand a little bit, so, you know, or you could even do it after class, but that's a nice thing to play with too. All right, so I have my legs open wide, feet are just swapping, no props, but this blanket under my head, and if you need anything else, you honor yourself by taking the time to set it up. Good. Okay. And once you're settled, just bring back in your mantra, the same as it was. If it needs to change, you'll know. without overthinking it too much. Just repeat to yourself your phrase, your reminder, goals you set for yourself in January. Just receiving this support beneath you, releasing what you can, and also just feeling into that buzz of energy, vibrational energy, the flow of your breath. And subtly, as you drop more into the Shavasana, just being aware of when the shift happens from the outer world to your inner world. And we'll rest there. Just resting as you are. Feel free to gift yourself permission to stay in your Shavasana for longer. Always beginning to deepen your breath and invite gentle movement in through your ankles, your wrists, your fingers, and your toes. And let's continue your journey in whatever way makes sense to just stretch yourself, slowly awaken. So resting on your side for a few moments. And whenever you're ready, press yourself up or stay in Shavasana. Maybe like in this heat of summer, Shavasana might not be as long as is effective. And so it's always nice, I always feel like 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. is like nap time. And I've been taking Shavasana around that time. So I just offer that out. And just as you are, you'll bring your mantra in and join your palms together at your heart. And just honoring the work you do and your presence and just showing up. Just showing up, and you're showing up for yourself. And that is something to be honored and recognized, acknowledged. And on your next inhale, lengthen yourself tall, lift your chin. Exhale this breath. And we'll join together in our May We Be Blessed mantra. Inhale. Yes. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy and may we be happy. We'll inhale for Om. Take a full inhale. Breathe it into your hands, all your good energy, your intentions, your practice, and offer that home. And offer it to each other. And then we take it back. Yes, so much love, friends. Love and honoring. Mwah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste. Have a great, beautiful rest of this week. Hopefully, I'll see you on Friday. Love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have fun.